oxygen as our oxidizer. The super chill liquid oxygen is actually what's creating those white clouds that you're seeing on the second stage there. That's from the liquid oxygen. We have a little bit of venting happening there, so as we continue to top up those tanks, and when that comes into contact with the moist, warmer ambient air of Florida, it causes water vapor to condense and actually literally form clouds. So coming up here, we expect to have prop loading complete T-minus 3 minutes on the first stage, second stage shortly after at T-minus 2 minutes. Once we get to T-minus 60 seconds, Falcon 9 will transition into startup. That's where the rocket's autonomous internal flight computers will take over the launch countdown all the way through the rest of the mission. And then shortly after that, at about T-minus 45 seconds, the launch director will give a go, no-go poll for launch. Excuse me, his go for launch. So far, Starlink payload continuing to look healthy. Falcon 9 team is not tracking any issues. Weather also continuing to look good, and the range is green for launch. Just passed through T-minus 2 minutes.
Stage 2, locks load complete.
There's call out for locks load complete, so we're finished. Loading propellants onto the launch vehicle, first and second stages. We'll expect to see some venting from the transporter erector, that truss structure next to the rocket. That is just to clear out the lines, so any liquid oxygen in those lines being vented out, and then again forming clouds with the moist Florida atmosphere. And then coming up in about 20 seconds, expect to see Falcon 9 go into startup. We'll listen for the launch director's go. And again, this is pad 39A, so that black structure next to it, not too long ago had astronauts in it. No people on the pad, of course, today.
LDs go for launch.
So with that, all systems go for launch. Launch team is go for launch. Why don't we listen in to terminal count for Falcon 9 liftoff.
T-minus 30 seconds.
So it looks like we had the clock stop at T-minus 18 seconds. We're going to check in with the launch team, see what we can learn from this. Again, during this portion of the mission, Falcon 9 is fully autonomous and it's monitoring the health of a number of its systems. So this could be completely normal. But we're going to check in with the teams. And
This is LD on countdown. We've had an abort to a out-of-family ground sensor reading.
So just heard over the nets that we aborted on an out-of-family ground sensor reading. So a number of ground sensors in the pad area that we use to monitor our ground systems, make sure everything is healthy before launch. We're going to continue to listen into the nets, see if we can learn any more about today's abort. as you just heard on the countdown nets, or if you're just joining us, we actually had an abort on the pad associated with an out-of-family ground sensor reading. Prior to that, the countdown was proceeding nominally. Now, keep in mind, the purpose of countdown is to help us catch potential issues prior to flight. There's 1,000 ways that a launch can go wrong and only one way it can go right. And given that we're overly cautious on the ground, and if the team or the vehicle sees anything that looks slightly off, we'll stop the countdown. Now, overall, the vehicle does appear to be in good health, but that will end our launch attempt for today. Our next launch opportunity is still pending, but we hope you'll join us again for the next attempt. Please keep an eye out on our social media accounts for more information on that. Until then, thank you for joining us today, and we hope to see you next time.